that we approve. Well, good.
In the minutes for this meeting,
Yep. The meeting dated 25th.
the 25th.
Yep.
I move the
2/25/2020.
meeting minutes from the 25th. Oh, the lights on, okay.
Second, is that what you want?
Thank you.
You announcing that we're being recorded?
Well, I opened the meeting and,
You have to.
okay, well, we're being recorded,
Janet,
everybody out
why don't
there.
you
Mind your P's and Q's.
Right. Any corrections or addition to the minutes from the last meeting? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. Accept the minutes, all in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Unanimous. Okay.
I move that we pay Leanne Leahy $1.60 for postage for the
Who?
planning
Leanne?
board.
$1.60.
$1.60. She purchased United States Post Office for the planning board.
What was,
She must have gone
Do
and
you
there
need
was
water, Janet? I've got Coke, thank you.
postage due.
I'm allergic to something, if it is flopping in the
is
cage.
there any indication what it was for?
First class mail, $1.60, large envelope.
She sent, I signed that.
She sent something for the planning board.
Yes, it was the Highland Commons on the signs.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
So I move that we pay her $1.60.
You got a pen on you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, gracious. There must be a better way to do this. We gave her a book of stamps, so she's had to do so.
I don't think she's, have we ever had it? Has she ever had it?
It would seem the easiest way to do it.
Janet, second? Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah. All in favor of paying Leanne for her $1.60 postage?
Oh, jeez.
Aye.
Say aye.
Aye.
And we did pay Gatehouse $112 last time.
Do you have that recorded from last one, how much we paid them? The Gatehouse, which was the item.
Can you pass that to Tom?
You can hold on.
Yeah, I got Corona.
Sneeze and elbow.
It's an allergy, it's not a disease.
Oh, no.
I don't have it for Boston.
Do we hold off on it? Because,
What?
Fill out the form, I got it.
oh, you got it.
I'm cool filling out the form.
Well, let's do it again in case.
Well, fill out another form?
Because we're gonna have to we're gonna have to run a hearing notice, and if they say no, because you haven't paid your bill,
Henry B. of a lot.
then I end up having to
We didn't,
negotiate with people in Florida.
I don't have it recorded that we did it.
I move that we pay Gatehouse Publishing $112 for a hearing notice in the Worcester Telegram.
Silly forms.
I second it.
Seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, okay. I didn't vote on pay for all this thing.
What?
I remember sending a form around you guys,
I didn't record it. I didn't record it. Oh, I did. No, sorry. I just wrote that in.
no, no. You didn't pay anybody? You don't have any
Not
payments?
last time.
Okay. Tenth?
Ten.
That was the scenic bylaw, scenic roads bylaw, right? Scenic.
Yep. Yep. The Scenic Roads Act hearing.
$112.
I think we talked about it, I don't think we paid it.
No, I remember sending a form around. Maybe some other form, something else.
I'm gonna sign it. I don't wanna record it too.
Maybe it was driven.
If I got a couple of minutes,
Do you have a couple of minutes?
yeah, I'd like to run down and get my APL.
I think so. Don't run.
Well, no, run.
Want me to go get it?
Yeah, that's right. You wanna fish through my pocketbook or something?
Oh, joy.
We need to sign this too? Or is that?
No, just, she put it
Oh,
in
yeah,
there.
you may sign it.
All right. What else I gotta put into this?
Hmm?
But I gotta put anything else in?
I think that's it, just chair.
Yeah.
Okay, when did we say we were gonna have a hearing? The 14th?
Between,
28th is really late.
What is
14th,
it?
it must have been the 14th. So I got, the hearing notice will be the 27th and the 3rd, so I'll put that in. Before we meet again.
The 14th would be ideal.
Yeah, that gives us plenty of time. Good.
you know what we did? We did pay them.
We did pay him?
Yep. I didn't have my notebook last time, so I took supplemental notes.
So we paid these guys
We
already?
paid these guys.
$112.
$112. I knew it had
Throw
something.
all this stuff away.
Sorry.
The form. So you have to- And
the secretary. I'll gladly accept.
Did you run?
No, I forgot my keys.
Oh, no.
Sure you don't
How
want
how far'd you get?
Halfway down the stairs, and I
Oh,
said,
okay, only halfway.
Getting your exercise tonight, anyway.
Take it
I already
over.
had my exercise today.
Take it over. Okay. I think we have, we're gonna discuss some kind of construction problems at Indian Farm Estates. Anybody would like to come up and discuss that?
Sure.
What's happened?
Well, I don't know if it's a construction problem, we just want confirmation, I guess, is,
We're looking for the minutes of the planning board meeting that,
Well, we have this was translated
What,
into
where are we talking about?
Indian Farm Estates.
River Road East.
Oh,
Jenkins property.
Oh, yeah, Jenkins, yeah, right there.
Well, not anymore.
so that's, we're that family that we didn't sell it to them, but.
Anyways, when I was here and the developer was here, he agreed to give a 50-foot buffer and
Yeah, I remember
a
that.
border of,
Vegetated.
right, some kind of vegetative.
Yep, the buffer shall be 5 feet in height, no more than 5 feet. Okay.
Yep.
Buffers.
Yeah, did they establish the buffer in the other,
Well,
on
that's,
the other
that
property?
was my wife's concern, is that they're now grading right up to the property line. So we don't see that they're gonna offer any buffer.
No,
Is agreed to install behind Lot 1 on land belonging to Raymond Jenkins, 198 River Road
That's it.
East, a continuation of a landscape buffer established behind lots 2 and 6 in Hudson. So he hasn't done anything in Hudson either,
Yeah, he's done it in Hudson, he's got graded everything out in Hudson.
but has he created a buffer?
No, but I thought, I mean, it doesn't sound like it in there by the wording that there's a 50-foot buffer, it just says a buffer,
A buffer
which is just vegetation.
shall
So he
be
can put it right along
5
the
feet in
board.
height and placed no more than 5 feet on center along the western property line. So he's supposed to be putting in materials. So the question is he prepping it to do that, or is he?
I don't know, I'm not there during the day, so I
So you
can't.
haven't had any conversation?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing we can do is just say to the building inspector, you know,
Enforce the
can you
decision.
go
Huh?
ask
Yeah.
what the intent is, and
Well, they did the same thing up at Highland Commons. They said they were gonna put stuff in, and they didn't put it in because they were working, you know?
Right. So, I mean, I just wanna make sure they're gonna do what they're gonna,
Well, yeah, what happened with the one that I wrote, the decision I wrote was unfortunately, I didn't put the caliper of the trees in,
so
so,
neither did we.
oh,
but you put the height in,
yeah.
so we wanted to
12-inch
put
high trees.
stupid Charlie Brown trees.
Yeah.
You had 18 inches.
Yeah, they weaseled their way around that one.
There are trees there, yeah, they were like little.
Where is this?
Up on Sawyer Hill Road,
Sawyer
we
Hill.
wrote that decision.
well, they'll grow eventually.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, what about the ones on the
So that's
on the
why
solar farm? I don't see
we tell them
anything
how high
there.
the trees have to be.
On the solar farm,
See, this
Yeah.
is,
there's nothing
and that's
there.
what concerns me about it, is they always find a,
A loophole.
yeah.
Well,
Well, so the thing the building inspector's the zoning enforcement officer, so, you know, he can take a gander and have a conversation and ascertain whether they plan to follow up on,
Get it in writing.
you know, put in the material that it's supposed to.
get a copy of this decision paper and then show it to the building inspector, so we can make a copy of this.
But they're not coming on to your property.
No.
They did, they drove down our driveway and in between our relatives that
That's
are
just
in
a pickup
Hudson.
truck. We think
Oh,
we've
they're
got that
not making a
squared.
regular path there, right?
No, no, no.
Not since we read the no trespassing signs.
Sure.
He just felt it was a little arrogant to use our driveway so he could drive his pickup without having to go over the bumps on his own property.
So is the owner.
It's easier on the pickup truck than
The
the
developer.
Sure it is, but He's got a bulldozer, he can flatten it out.
Yeah, agreed. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna send notice to?
No,
What?
we're gonna give Lynn a copy of this decision
Okay.
findings, and they can look it over and then show it to the building inspector.
Well, we should write a note to the
Yeah,
building
we should.
inspector.
Well, I sent some to the building inspector,
Okay.
already said that he may wanna look into this, so we'll let it up to him.
So there's still no understanding if there is a buffer?
there's-
Just that-
There's vegetation, but it's not the 50-foot we talked about.
Well, that.
But I should have been evidently more
Well,
specific about
he's
it.
not finished yet, so.
Yeah.
What we call it was a continuation of the buffer that was, we understood there was
Right,
something in Hudson.
unfortunately, in Hudson, because my brothers are next to me, but they're in Hudson. And unfortunately, one of my brothers went there and went through the same thing and said a 50-foot buffer with a arborvitae's wall, which they agreed, whatever, they would like to pick out a different vegetation that would blend better, but 5 feet high, no 50-foot buffer. So now, which they agreed to in the minutes before, but evidently it's voted on in the next meeting, and that was not voted in. So he is getting a buffer. Now we're just getting a continuation, which to me means we're not gonna get that 50 feet either. We're gonna get the vegetation, but we're not gonna get that 50 feet.
50 feet, yeah.
And I don't, at this point, I guess there's no,
Yeah, what we assumed was Hudson was stipulating something from our
well,
conversation. And
that was also, of course, I based it on what I was hearing from my brother.
Yeah.
And until I actually got the Hudson minutes and read it, he said it doesn't say anything about 50 feet, so that's unfortunately on us.
So I have a video of him digging right up to the surveyor's tape. We didn't do the surveying, I don't know who did, but that he did this morning, he's literally right up to the tape now.
Yeah,
Where
but
2 days ago, he was,
He can go up the tape, it's his property.
but I mean, if you're gonna do a why?
Because he can.
I mean, they literally stripped that land, stripped it.
So was
But
there,
there's nothing
They
to
didn't-
continue.
so was there
didn't
much
leave it.
cover there before?
It
Oh,
was
it
all
all
woods, it was all woods,
It was all three.
So how can you continue it if he's taken it out?
Well,
exactly.
He's doing what he
Well,
can.
He's
he's
pulling the
taking
hill
out,
down.
he's taking everything out, and then he's gonna put that,
Yeah, arborvitae's or whatever.
whatever wall, whatever vegetative, 5-foot wall. I guess, I wanted the arborvitae's, I guess my sister-in-law, I mean, I don't know one plant from the other, so I guess there are vegetations that'll blend better with the
The bear.
countryside. So, I'm not so concerned about that, it's just that, at least we have that in the minutes, and I guess that's what we wanted to clarify.
Yeah, it's in the minutes and in the
You know
decision.
how to operate that machine like it was and turn it on.
Well, we got an extra copy right here.
Oh, you got extra copy right there?
So, just out of curiosity, where are the meeting minutes published? Because we looked everywhere for them and couldn't find them.
They should be published online, but unfortunately, there's a hiccup because the night of the hearing, I was actually in Europe, so I don't know who had taken the minutes. So
Yeah, it just says
obviously
agenda.
It didn't get uploaded, so.
But this records what was in.
Oh, yeah, we had it all. We had
Put it in here, so you got it, here.
It was video recorded? Was it video recorded?
Yeah,
There was?
that's what it said.
Where would we find that video?
On townofberlin.com.
Or YouTube.
So we did, we went there, we looked at the town of Berlin, we went to the planning board, we
I
looked at
can
all the
So,
meetings.
so go to cable access.
It's on there.
If you, I think you have, if you go to cable access, then you click on them and it'll say, town meetings and then all this, and then you can click on
Yeah,
those and
that's
it'll give you a
What's
whole
the
series
date
of
from the
dates.
meeting you're looking for?
It was, I don't know the exact
It was
date.
October 15th was the hearing.
Yep, yep. Yep, because this is the
Time
29th.
flies when you're having fun.
My dad used to say, like a snowball going downhill.
So, but when I look for it, I go to the cable access you go to committees and you go to cable access, and then seems like in there, you can find meetings, and then they give you some choices, and then there's a whole series of them. You can page through.
Do you also know when they're allowed to work?
Did we put that in the decision?
I don't know.
No.
How bad are they?
It's pretty bad.
Well, when are they starting?
Well, you know,
Sometimes,
well, during the week, it's not bad, you know, Saturday mornings, you know, 6:45, 7 o'clock, they start them.
it's a 90 to 100
Machine
decibel level of noise. And they can't go over, I think the law in Massachusetts is 60. 60. It was much,
I don't know
and
how
it was
does
that
anybody
high
keep those
just,
things quiet?
it was that loud just from our porch. And they were behind the hill. It's very loud.
I'd take that and go see the building inspector.
So we're gonna go see them, or you're
So-
gonna
No,
contact
you're
them?
They're gonna, we go see.
You
They're gonna-
you're gonna show him where he's not in concert with what's written down in the decision paper, and then he can,
And Ron has emailed me just to.
I just
say
even
that-
let him know what's
Yeah.
happening.
Okay.
I said, you may wanna look into it, well, if you go to him, then you may wanna look into it even more.
Okay.
But he's our zoning enforcement officer, so he'd be the one to be.
But he's heard from us, and he's.
What's his name?
What's his name? What's the
Our
building?
building inspector, Richard Hanks.
Go
And
find
he
out.
should, I think he's got published hours on the door, right?
He did, I was looking at him.
Oh, okay. All right, well, thank you for your help, we really
Go ahead.
appreciate it.
What was the date you were looking for? The
October
October
15.
15th.
15th.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice night.
No, you found him?
I think so.
Yeah. You might want to get.
Oh, just email him,
Yeah.
okay, thanks.
Yep.
Okay, next on the agenda, we were going to discuss a wetlands proposal with the bylaw with the Concom rep. But we're not doing it because Concom is postponing the bylaw to another
Time to be
time to be determined.
determined.
So we don't have a Concom rep here, but we
We
have.
do have a Concom rep.
No, we don't have a Concom rep. We
I
have
do.
plain ordinary citizen Carolyn McDonald. She's a plain ordinary citizen, she's not a Concom. Why don't you sit up here? So that was the,
So you're switching pat around.
I did,
obviously.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's down there.
next thing on is the citizens planning training. Oh, the citizens planning training collaborative conference for
Thank you.
March 21st at Holy Cross has been canceled.
Really?
Yep.
Holy Cross has canceled all meetings.
So it's very good right now.
Yeah, might as well, too. They just,
I didn't sign up this time.
As I was coming down.
Normally I go, but for some reason I had a sense that it wasn't gonna happen.
Where'd she go?
I don't know, Jay signs up until. He processes, you have sense of it.
I have, everybody's dealing
What
with
country is
it.
Jay in tonight?
California?
Yeah, he's in Cali.
Huh?
He's in California.
You got back in time.
We hope.
What?
He was in Europe, and we hope he got back in time.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
For what?
But
When-
not
when
bringing
were you in
anything
Europe?
with you.
No, that was in October.
October, oh, it's
Yeah.
October.
You better be cured by then.
Yeah. You had your 24, 2 weeks, 14 days.
I haven't heard anyone since.
Okay. This is our next topic of discussion. You can share it with everyone. This is the Municipal Vulnerability Preparedness Program. And this is it's a workshop that we conducted here a week from Friday. And one person from each committee. Have you heard this? In Concom, have you heard of this?
I have heard of this, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going.
It's to make prepared and plan for extreme weather. The workshop will define extreme weather and climate-related hazards, identifying current and future vulnerabilities and strengths, develop and prioritize actions, and identify opportunities for the town to advance actions and reduce risks to build resilience. And this is Governor Baker's initiative, and it will provide grants to communities.
So we have $20,000
say
to
we
do
got it.
this part of the plan.
Did we get the money already? You know that? Yes.
Yeah, because the Central Mass Regional Planning Commission is assisting us with the process. And so,
Yeah, they're gonna have somebody come in for this workshop, who's gonna be kind of a leader to it.
right, and what they want to do is identify the people that would participate, because it's, I mean, essentially they want one person from the planning board and,
Yeah, they don't want more than one person. They don't want more than.
no, because they're gonna have a group of about 60 probably when they get everybody together, because it'll be people like Sudbury Valley trustees and Audubon and the state rep and DPW and,
Is
District.
not in that statement.
yeah.
Still,
I didn't run anything. I know. What I'm gonna say is actually factual.
Okay.
I was walking dogs in Clinton on his street, and he got out of his car and told me, I said, I knew the dogs that I walk were not messing there. And he said, why do you bring your dogs all the way from Berlin? I said,
they like a long walk. I sent an email to Margaret. I said, hey, we just canceled this one at Holy Cross, we canceled because of the coronavirus. But is there any status on this going forward? So I haven't heard back, so,
This one here,
yeah, that may be canceled too,
yeah, maybe.
maybe.
Anyway, I'm part of this committee so far, part of the small little network of the initial group planning out what's gonna be done, so I'm happy to continue on as a planning board rep.
sounds like a good idea.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Somebody's got a head start.
Yeah, right.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, I first looked, I said, climate, weather, what we do with weather? But then I spiked out some of these things. I said, findings to inform the master plan, open space plans,
Well-
and this is planning, and what are we're planning board, so it should be something, if they're planning
Usually,
something.
I hate to tell you, but we are more of a reacting board than a planning.
No,
board.
no.
No, we're changing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, is this? Is this the one? It ends up being, when you go for further money, it might be things like removing a dam, like getting state assistance for that. And we do have a dam that we are interested
One on
in.
Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, or perhaps bridges that are impacting river flow, like, we've got some.
Oh, for the road west.
Back in,
East,
so,
west.
It's,
The road west, that
Yeah,
yeah.
is all, but that whole
are they
thing
gonna replace that?
eventually.
I mean, the objective is to take some of Senni's money that's gonna be applied to it, evaluate the whole structure and make a determination as to whether you can just cap it or whether you need to replace the whole thing, because it's like 7 years old, right?
At least.
Yeah,
Which you talking about?
River Road
Road
West.
west.
Heading
bridge.
towards 290.
The
The little bridge
The
there.
bridge.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna put in a footbridge next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and-
we need to have a
But
bridge
It's the
done.
flow underneath it, that's the problem.
It always gets backed up behind it.
Yeah.
We had loads of flooding there because of, but it's nice because all the ducks and geese like it every time it floods.
Well, you're talking about
It's-
replacing
It's
the
amazing.
bridges.
The
Is that
thing
way
flows like this
drive
during the
into
day,
it?
and you
So
go
there's
by
a-
it 2 hours later, and the ducks are going around, happy as can be.
The goal would be to
Time goes out,
evaluate.
maybe it goes home.
Every time it
So
floods,
we
they're in
understand
there.
whether just a deck is fine or whether we need to do more. And if you need to do more, then, you know, there is some assistance on the part of the state to deal with bridges, particularly for small
I think,
towns.
you know, in a real flood like we've had in the past on some hurricanes,
So we.
that
do
would flood
to-
would go over a bridge. The way it floods would go over the bridge. You know, and that's dangerous.
Especially with the increased traffic that it's gonna have.
It already has.
Yeah.
So it's issues like that. So by doing this exercise and identifying those potential problems that we foresee in the future if climate continues to impact floodwaters and 100-year storms and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, so we got the money already for the grant to do this study.
Yeah.
Plus, this, part of this, you know, I was looking at it, says, if you have a plan, then you can get the money, and you can use that money to come up with a plan. Well, we got that settled
We
already.
got money to do the plan, and then
Okay.
the plan will lead us to a situation where we prioritize certain things, and they can get fit into the master plan and the
Yeah.
open space plan and whatever else, and then it makes it easier to go to the next phase, and there is money available to assist. I mean, that's the thing about the Baker administration, is they put money into these programs, and they've said if you do certain types of planning, then you're eligible, and we pulled in, so, you know, we got the Center Village study money coming in now, that's, what, 90,000 for 4 towns, so that's like, you know, 20 whatever a piece, and then there's this, and we've got another one for, you know, we got the complete streets stuff that we're getting ready to move forward, and so they're doing it. And there's little towns like us are getting some of the money finally, so it's not just the big guys.
I first looked at this municipal vulnerability preparedness, and I said, well, vulnerability, it's appropriate at this time, should we be prepared for epidemics? But now, this is all, has to do with climate change and weather.
Well, climate change affects how diseases spread.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a question to ask.
Or severe winds take out some of your electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm looking at epidemics like coronavirus. Should we be
Don't drink
prepared?
Corona beer.
Did you see that? Anyway,
Well, is that something that you think would be appropriate to be prepared?
I'll raise it, yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, we got that right here.
Biohazards.
What preparedness should we have? We've got an epidemic in this town.
Dr. Jane,
Send her out with a cleaning club, cleaning.
well, she made a smart move when she stayed home and didn't go to India.
Oh, she canceled that last time?
Well, she said to me, you know, because he was really sick.
Yeah, I couldn't see him going to India lately.
And she said to me, I don't know, she said, I'm a little nervous about him being over there. And then, when I found out she was still here, she said to me, well, I started thinking, there were 3 of us traveling together. If one person got exposed, we'd all be put in quarantine. What kind of a vacation is that? To be quarantined in India in one spot.
Well, he's not in good shape. I mean, no place that he would get it. And Mimi is not a young kitty, but
What's that?
Oh,
Oh. Why did it rumble my seat?
You got a sensitive seat, what can I tell you?
All right, so that's what I know about that.
Okay.
I'll report back.
And if I get anything back from Margaret, I'll pass it on to you. And I'll let her know that you're the rep for the planning board. Okay. Well, that was a quick discussion. Anything else you want to consider or give Tim some clues on what he should look at, what we think about that this committee should consider?
he's got a fine head and shoulders,
He's
I
got
think his discretion will be fine.
floods and epidemics and,
Get off the epidemic.
I can't help
Storms.
storms, hurricanes, winds, locusts.
Well, that's why I live next to the farm, because, and above the river, so that I can make it to get food.
That's right.
What about droughts? What do we do
And
about
swim for
droughts?
help if you need
I
to.
think they think about droughts too. I mean, you know, that affects you with the business. That's real.
You could,
It could.
I got more land on drip now, though, so most of my productive small vegetable stuff is on drip. Out of wells.
Sun dripping out of wells. Going under
Drip irrigation as
Right.
opposed to overhead.
It's still gotta come from someplace, right?
Well,
Yeah, but you don't use
for
as
my well,
much.
I don't use anywhere near the amount of water.
If you lose so much,
less
you
water
evap-
that way with the drip, is that what you're saying?
Like
you don't get the evaporation that you get
65%
with
less.
overhead.
Oh, okay.
Less
That's
disease.
huge.
Yeah, when you get into the roots rather than on the.
All the surface water is contaminated with E. coli from the geese and all that stuff, so the Food Safety Modernization Act requires all sorts of hoops we have to jump through. We have to test water multiple times during the year, more for the surface water than the other, and then if you use surface water on a crop like broccoli,
Yeah, I see that.
but if you use drip, it's all root, yeah, so,
There has to be a huge savings in what doesn't evaporate, though.
on them, and especially if you put it on the plastic.
Yeah.
So it's big time, so. I like it.
That was years ago, so Yakima Valley in Washington, it's a desert,
Mm.
but they don't like water because the water hits the Cascades and it stays there, and they can draw on that Cascades, and they don't have to worry about the water causing any kind of rut. I mean, the water, what they need, they shut it off and everything dries up.
Yeah.
You're gonna run out of water in Southern California pretty soon.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Making all those almonds.
So is that it?
That's it on our agenda. Anybody else have any old business, any other new business, timely items? Anybody have any nomination papers they need signed?
Well, someone would, but a chair of a different board took it home in the mail.
What?
They're gonna track it in, they won't let
I know.
you.
Sounds like sabotage.
You,
Yeah, by accident. And so I just texted him, he's like, oh yeah, there was something for you. I'm like, So I'll get them probably Thursday.
I didn't get back to work yet.
When's the deadline?
April 14,
Oh,
5
plenty of
PM.
time.
Yeah.
Unless they forget.
Oh, let's
He
see.
won't. I won't let him.
We don't have another meeting till April 14th, it doesn't start till 7:30. So
Can
you won't
always
get this
do
board-
it
Yeah, we
early.
won't get this board together or another meeting till
What?
2.
What are you talking
What do you
about?
mean? Don't we meet on the 24th?
Yeah, that's today.
Today's
Ten.
only the 10th.
Oh, I think of
You got chemo
14th.
brain.
I do. Okay, so, come back.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Come back. I can make something like this list.
It does affect you, you know.
I think so.
I move,
Yeah,
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye.